Hey, what is good with y'all YouTube, man? You already know who it is. It's your boy LxckTV, all the goats of the goats, y'all. Now today is the day that I'm introducing you guys to the new 4-way God build, and I'm just gonna say it now. This build is hands down the greatest build that I have ever made in 2K history. Now if you are like me and you're tired of everybody running around on that same lame metal build, then this video is for you. Now in this video I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to make the build and exactly what badges to use, and on top of that I'm even gonna show you guys how to upgrade the build. So if you guys haven't already, please be sure to drop the like button, click that subscribe button, and turn on the post notifications. And without further ado, let me go ahead and introduce you guys to the new 4-way God build. Okay, now that it is time for me to show you guys how to make the 4-way God build, if you guys have Rebirth, you are gonna want to use Rebirth. Now, if you do not have Rebirth, I'm gonna explain Rebirth real quick and how you can get it. Now, to get Rebirth, all you have to do is play on one of your builds, grind it out to a 90 overall, and play a few games on it once you have 90 overall, and after that, you will be rewarded with Rebirth. So if you have Rebirth, go ahead and click yes, and if you don't have Rebirth, then it doesn't matter. The build's still gonna be very, very good. Now, this is pretty obvious, but first name, last name, yeah, it doesn't matter what you do. This is all a personal opinion. Now for the position on this build, I'm gonna do something that I don't usually do. Now this year, when you think of an ISO build on 2K23, you either think of a shooting guard, a small forward, or a power forward. But yeah, let's just say that's not the case. For this video right here, we are going to be going with a point guard. Our hand, it does not matter. Whatever hand you want to do, you could do left, you could do right, it doesn't matter. But for my build, I always do right-handed. Now for the jersey number, it does not matter what number you want to do. You could do whatever. It does not affect the build. Now on my jersey number, I always do number 1 because number 1 is my favorite number. Now we are in the body settings, and when it comes to making this build, we are not gonna do what everybody does, which is this build right here, the 6'9" build. We are not doing that on this build. Now I have been in the lab looking for the best overall build for defense, offense, and literally 3s, 2s, rec. It does not matter. This build can do it all. But without all the talking, for the height on this build, you're just going to go to a 6'8", okay? Now weight this year is really not that important. In the previous years, I would say to max this out, but I'm just going to be honest. Yeah, if you do that, you're going to be very, very slow. Now for the wingspan, just so we can play every single position and guard any build that we want, we're just going to max the wingspan. So we're going to go right here, and we are going to go to a 7'6" wingspan. Now usually when it comes to the body shape, I like to go to compact, but I'm not going to do that. I was discovering with this build to make my build look the best in the biggest way possible. You can see right now, if you look at my arms, built versus defined, my arms like literally get a lot longer. I don't know why. I actually look mad lengthy. You guys just want to go for defined. It does not matter what you guys want to do. This is all a personal preference, but this is what I like to do. It just makes the build look better, and honestly, I feel like it makes you a lot longer. But now it is time to upgrade this build, and I'm gonna say this now just so you guys don't mess this build up. I need you guys to pay close attention and follow what I say. Do not skip, or you literally will mess this build up. I'm gonna explain this stuff as I go on so you guys know why I'm upgrading this the way I am. Now for the first attribute that you guys want to upgrade on this build is the close shot. Obviously, you just want to go ahead and put this up to a 50. Now close shot this year, it does not matter like that in my personal opinion of playing the game. That's why I'm just keeping it on 50. That's all you really need for close shot. But for the driving layup, you are going to want to put your driving layup to a 70, and I'm going to explain it right now. You can see at a 69, you only get Giant Slayer on silver. Now if you put this up to a 70, you have the ability to unlock it on gold, and Giant Slayer is very overpowered this year. Now when it comes to the driving dunk, a lot of people like to put their build with an 80 driving dunk just so they can get quick drops off 1. Now for me, that's not good enough. I really like a build that can contact dunk and a build that gets limitless takeoff on gold or Hall of Fame. Now for me, what I do on my build all the time when I make a driving dunk build, I always put my driving dunk up to an 86 because it gets you extra badges, and on top of that, you can see right now, if I just put it up to an 86 right now, I get an extra badge and I get limitless takeoff on gold. And another good thing about having your build with an 86 driving dunk is because you unlock a lot of more dunk packages. But now for your standing dunk and your post control, that does not matter. So you could just keep this, or you can edit it to what you want. But you can see right off the finishing, we have 9 finishing badges and we get limitless takeoff on gold. Now for the mid-range on this build, you want to go ahead and upgrade it to a 70 overall mid-range, because you can see right now, if I go down, you lose badge tiers. So go ahead and put your mid-range up to a 70. And for your 3-point, you want to build that can shoot, because if you're on a build that cannot shoot in this game, I don't know what you are doing. I don't know why you would want to play on a build like that. But you want to go ahead and put your 3-point shot all the way up to an 84, and it gets you 17 badges. So an 84 3-pointer on this build is what you want to do. And I know you may be thinking, well, look, 83 doesn't get me anything different from an 84. Now, this is all personal opinion. If you don't want to have an 84, you can go down to 83 or even 82. But I feel a lot more safer shooting on a build with an 84 3-ball. Now, when it comes to the free throw on this build, you just want to put it up to a 61. So go ahead and bump it up twice. And all you need for your free throw is a 61. That's how you're going to be able to make your free throw. So this build can play everything, park, rec, career, whatever you want to do. Just go ahead and put your free throw onto a 61. Now we are in the playmaking category. For your pass accuracy, you want to go ahead and put this up to a 71. You can see right now, if I'm at a 70, I go up to a 71. It gets me an extra badge. So 71, I'm trying to get the most badges possible on this build. So 71 is what you are going to want to do. Now for the ball handle, since we are a 6'8", we are a little slow. We do need quick first step on Hall of Fame. Now I'm going to say this right now. Having quick first step on Hall of Fame literally makes you so fast. It's actually ridiculous. So what you are going to want to do is max your ball handle all the way up to an 89. And you can see right there, even if you put it down to an 88, you lose quick first step on Hall of Fame. You can see 89, you unlock it right there. You can see I'm zoomed in on it, but that's how it works. The speed with ball is pretty self-explanatory, okay? If you want to build that slow, then don't upgrade this, okay? But if you want to build that has speed so you can dribble and not be out of stamina and stuff, go ahead and max your speed with ball all the way up to an 80. And you can see right there, we have 19 playmaking badges. And just look at the badges. I mean, we're a 6'8", a point guard, and we get Hall of Fame quick first step. Like, that is super overpowered. But now we are on the defensive rebounding category. This is what makes this build stand out. Like, overall, the build is good, but when it comes to the defense, the build is so good. So when you're upgrading the defensive rebounding, what you are going to want to do is put your interior defense up to an 80. And I'm going to give you guys a whole rundown how to upgrade this build and everything. Now, the reason I say to go with 80, because you can see if we go down to 79, our post lockdown goes down to a bronze. So 80 for post lockdown is super good. So you want to put your interior defense up to an 80. Now, the perimeter defense on this build is what makes this build so lethal. Now, what you want to do for your perimeter defense, what I had never done on a build, is you want to put this up to an 86. And if you want me to explain it for you, now the reason behind it is if you go down to an 85, you lose challenger on gold. You can see right now, if I pop it up, you get challenger on gold. So you want to be at an 86. If we go down, this is what you get. I'm telling you now, you get ankle braces on Hall of Fame, workhorse on Hall of Fame, and challenger on gold. And challenger is something that is very overpowered. So what you want to do is just go ahead and put your perimeter defense up to an 86. And now for the most broken thing on 2K, we all know the still is overpowered. So what we are going to be doing is we are going to put our still up to an 85 on this build. And you can see right now, if you go to an 84, you only get glove on bronze. So for this build, you want to put this to an 85. Now, the reason I say to go to 85 on this build, you can see we get glove on silver. Now, if you go down to an 84, you only get the badge on bronze. And stilling this year is so overpowered. So go ahead and put your still up to an 85. And the reason I like this build to have an 85 still is because glove right here, you can see the requirements for glove with silver is a 85 still. And that's what we have. So go ahead and put that there. And that is the still rating that you want on this build. Now, the block is pretty self-explanatory. Now, blocking and paint defense on this game, we all know 2K has issues when it comes to paint defense. So I got tired of it. I made a build that has a 93 block, and you guys can see right now, the reason I say a 93 block is one, because it looks so good. Now, paint defense is mad broken this year. So if you play 2K, you understand the paint and you understand what I'm saying. And on top of that, with a 93 block, you can see you unlock anchor on gold. If you go down, you will lose it. So you have to have a 93 block to get anchor, and anchor is super necessary because how broken paint defense is. So that's why I went with a 93 block on this build. But now that we are on the two final stats in the category, we have offense and defensive rebounding left. So what you want to do for your offensive rebound is just go ahead and put your offensive rebound to a 40. Now, when it comes to rebounding, what you want to have to get rebounds is your defensive rebounding. Now, defensive rebounding is super important, and I'm going to tell you why. You can see right now, if we put this up and we go up to an 85 is what this build is going to have. Now, in order to get rebound chaser, you guys can see right now, it is required to have an 85 defensive rebounding to unlock this badge. And that's why I put my defensive rebound to an 85. That way I can unlock rebound chaser on silver. Now, for the physicals, this is pretty self-explanatory. Now, what we're going to do, since we are trying to make a build that can ISO and a build that's going to be fast, what we are going to be doing is we are going to be maxing our speed to an 85. Our acceleration, just so we can dribble and not be out of stamina by just flicking the stick once, we're going to put our acceleration up to an 82. Now, when it comes to strength, you just want to go ahead and put this down 1 to a 55. Now, with the defensive stats that we have on this build, it is not necessary to have a super high strength, because when it comes to strength, it's really just not important. I mean, look at the defensive stats that we get. The strength's not even going to matter. Now, for vertical, just so know we can get a lot of dunks and our player is going to be mad athletic, what we're going to want to do for this build is we're going to put the vertical to an 80. That way we can dunk the ball a lot and just have good contact dunks. And on top of that, you can see the vertical is tied to standing dunk, driving dunk, and close shot. So go ahead and put your vertical to an 80. But we are finally on the last attribute, which is stamina. Now this year's stamina, you do not need to have it on a 99. 99 and 97 are damn near the same thing. So what I do on all of my builds is I give myself a 97 stamina. But we are now finished with the build, and you can see we got finishing, we have shooting, we have playmaking, and of course we have a lot of good defense. And on top of that, like I said in the intro, this build is all around overpowered, and this build is super good. Now we are at the takeover screen, and what you are going to want to do is all a personal preference. Now for me, I like to have lockdown defender on the first takeover slot just because it is a good way to play defense. So for your primary takeover, go ahead and choose lockdown takeover. In your secondary takeover, just so you can shoot the ball a lot more, you want to get spot up shooter. And unfortunately, this build does not get slashing takeover, but it doesn't matter because yeah, there's a takeover glitch. I'm not saying I promote it, but hey, do it at your own risk. Yeah, just know I don't think you can or will get banned. But the spot up shooter is what you want to do for your secondary takeover, so go ahead and click that. Finish the build, my player build complete. Go ahead and click yes, and you can see right now you have built a 3-point shot creator, shades of Lonzo Ball, Cade Cunningham, and LaMelo Ball. Now it is time for me to show you guys what badges you guys are going to want to put on the build once you guys have the badges. Now keep in mind, if you don't like my badges, I don't want to see nothing in the comment section. You don't have to use them. Hey, I'm just here to help, so if you don't want to use them, then don't use them. Now the first badge that you're going to want to have is limitless takeoff on gold. Now if you don't know what this is, you can read it all right here in the bottom left. It explains what it is, but go ahead and put your limitless takeoff on gold. And then after you do that, you want to go over to fearless finisher and put your fearless finisher on bronze. That's going to cost you 1 badge point, so go ahead and equip that. Go down to posterizer. You can see, you know what posterizer is. Put it on silver, and that is what you are going to want to do for your finishing badges. But now it is time to do the shooting badges, and we have 17 shooting badges on this build. Now the badges that you guys are going to want to use is Agent 3 on silver. Catch and shoot, you're going to want to put this on bronze. Then you go down to green machine, put it on bronze. And the next badge that you want to put on is volume shooter on bronze. Then go to the second column, put amped on silver. Go down and put guard up on silver. But once you have done all that, go over to blinders, put blinders on bronze. Go to deadeye, put it on silver. Limitless range on bronze. And your space creator for the final badge, you want to put it on silver. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, that's what you want to have for your shooting badges. Now we are in the playmaking category, and I'm gonna do this real fast. Now what you want to do for your playmaking badges is you want to put clamp breaker on bronze, handles for days on silver. Go down to quick first step, and you need quick first step on Hall of Fame. It is so overpowered. I'm telling you now, put quick first step on Hall of Fame. And then like I said, this is for the 2s and 3s, so when you pass out and get a bailout animation when you're passing, you want to put bailout on bronze. Then you want to put your hyperdrive on silver, and for your last 2 badges, you want to put killer combos on bronze and unpluckable on silver. But now that we are on the last set of badges, what you guys are going to want to do for your defensive rebounding badges is you want to put anchor on silver. Amps, you want to go ahead and put it on silver. Menace, you want to put on bronze. Workhorse, you want to put on bronze. Your off-ball pest, you want to put on silver. Glove, you want to go ahead and put on silver. And challenger is a very good badge, so go ahead and put that on silver. Your box out beast, you want to put on bronze. Chase that artist, go ahead and put it on silver. Interceptor, since we are playing 2s and 3s, you want to get in those lanes, so go ahead and put interceptor on silver. And your rebound chaser, so you can snag the rebounds, you want to put it on bronze. But ladies and gentlemen, that's the badges that you guys want to use. Now if you guys need help upgrading your build, whether you're a rebirth or not a rebirth, don't skip. I'm going to explain how to do it for people that don't have rebirth, and then I'm going to explain it for the people that do have a rebirth. But now it is time for me to show you guys how to upgrade this build. Now when it comes to upgrading the build, like I said, I'm giving you guys a complete breakdown, so make sure y'all drop a like. It just helps me out. Now what you want to do is put your driving dunk to an 80 overall. That way you will unlock silver limitless takeoff. Now when it comes to the shooting, all you want to touch for right now is an 83 3 ball, so go ahead and put your 3-point to an 83. Now for your pass accuracy, that way you don't pass the ball like a slug, you want to put your pass accuracy to a 70. And for your ball handle, that way you can unlock all the dribble moves right off the rip, you want to put your ball handle up to an 89. Now for speed with ball, you want to go ahead and put this to a 75. And for the defense, that way you don't get blown by and just get ran all game, you want to put your perimeter defense to an 80. You want to put your still, so if they dribble in your face, to a 70, you can spam them and just get the still. So put your still to a 70. Your block, you want to upgrade it to an 80. And so you don't just have to play the 2s, the 3s, and rely on your teammate to get the board. Go ahead and put your defensive rebounding up to a 69. And for the physicals right now, since we are only an 85 overall, you want to just go ahead and do the basic, which is 75 stamina, 80 acceleration, and 95 vertical. Now for the people that have rebirth, what you guys are going to want to do when upgrading it, put your driving dunk all the way up so you can unlock gold limitless takeoff, and you will be able to get contact dunks off rip. Your three-pointer, you want to keep it the same as an 83. You do not need an 84 at the moment. You can shoot off rip with an 83. Now for your pass accuracy, you want to go ahead and put your pass accuracy to a 70. Your ball handle, so you can dribble like I said earlier, go ahead and put your ball handling to an 89. Your speed with ball, that way you are not slow. You want to upgrade this to an 80. You want to do your interior defense as a 70, your perimeter as an 83 overall, and for your perimeter, you want to go ahead and upgrade it to an 83, and for your steal, set it to a 71 just for now. Your block, you want to have it an 81 overall. Now for your physicals, you want to have an 85 speed, an 82 acceleration, a 70 vertical, that way you can get contact dunks, and on top of that, you want to just go to a 92 stamina. Now over time, once you guys grind the build out and you guys upgrade it, you can see mine is a 96 overall at the moment, and this is how the build is looking. Now like I said, this build is very good, and you can see at 96 overall, I mean, come on, the stats don't lie. The stats look amazing, like you can't even lie. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys the badges and all of it that I have maxed on my build. Now for my badge count, it's gonna be a little different than your guys's, because I do have the season badges that I have equipped throughout the seasons. So I have 12 finishing badges, 19 shooting, and 19 playmaking, and of course 22 defensive rebounding badges. Now if you want to copy the exact badges that I have on my build, I have bronze acrobat, bronze giant slayer, limitless takeoff on gold, slithery on bronze, fearless finisher on bronze, and posterizer, I have that on silver. Now the shooting badges that I use on my build, I have agent 3 on silver, green machine on silver, volume shooter on silver, guard up I have on bronze, claymore I have on bronze, and of course I have blinders. Like I told you guys, I have that on bronze. And now when it comes to deadeye, I keep that on silver. Limitless range is a very good badge, so go ahead and put it on bronze. And for my space crater, all I have that on is silver. And for the playmaking badges that I use, I have clamp breaker on silver, handles for days on silver, quick first step like I told you guys earlier, I use that on Hall of Fame, bailout like I said bronze, and of course I still use silver unpluckable. That's literally all you need. So if I do have a little more badges than you guys, it's just because I hit level 39 throughout the season, and if you want to do it, then you can too. But yeah, this game is shit, so I would not advise you to do that. Now a lot of you guys have been spamming me for my animation, so I just thought, you know what, I'll give you guys a treat and throw it in here. Now if you want the dribble moves for this build, here you guys go. You guys can copy everything you guys want. I got the alley-oop packages on, the contact dunks, I have them equipped, and of course you guys are going to want to see which dunks I have equipped. You guys can pause the video, copy these, do whatever you need to do. Now for the jump shot, so you guys can shoot greens, you guys want to use base Kyle Kuzma, release 1 Rudy Gay, and release 2 Luka. What you guys want to do is 60% Rudy and 40% Luka. But ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up today's build. I hope you guys enjoyed this build. Now I said it in the intro and I'll say it again, this is the best build that I think I have ever made, and I mean ever. Now if this video helped you, or you guys are going to consider making this build, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, as we are on this road to 500,000 subscribers. Now I know this was such a long video, but hey, what can I say? I just broke this shit down for you guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed. But without further ado, man, it's been your boy LxckTV, y'all, and I'm out, y'all. Let's go.